Hey guys, it's Emily again. I might be calling myself Mia. That's my Spanish name, or at least for Spanish it is, so I kind of like a nickname, so what you gonna do? Okay, so, it's Mia. Like I said, I'm going to be doing my book review today. Book review Wednesday, because B and R don't have a day in the week. Like, there's no day that starts with B or R, so it's just gonna be on Wednesdays now, so. And then I'll just do random things on Saturdays okay? Okay. Well, like I said, I'm going to do Cue Angelica music. The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, the best book on the planet currently, but it probably will always be, next to Romeo and Juliet, because that's a pretty damn good playwright slash book. And the new movie that's coming out, I heard, is really, really bad. I don't know firsthand, I haven't seen it yet, but if anyone has any opinions on the movie, just put them in the comments down below, and I would love to read them and possibly respond to them. But yeah, I got a little tickle in my throat, sorry. The Fault in Our Stars. Well, I'm just gonna tell you right now, my thing has spoilers. It says it right there in the title, contains spoilers in big capital letters, or at least it will. Yes, it does. Wait, yeah, it does. But yeah, I'm reviewing The Fault in Our Stars. The Fault in Our Stars was written on the perspective of 16-year-old Hazel Grace Lancaster, who suffers from terminal lung cancer. I don't remember what it's called. I don't know if it actually mentions it. But she meets a guy named Augustus Waters, who is recovering from osteosarcoma, I think it is. Osteosarcoma. I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. If anyone wants to correct me, they can. At a cancer support group with his friend Isaac, who is going blind, and it's kind of a side plot, but Hazel and Augustus help him deal with it. I'm actually going to take up the cover, like the thing, because they annoy me and I'm always afraid of ruining them. Because this actually, I was reading outside, and this fell into my pool and got wet, and that's why it looks kind of bumpy. It made me so sad I almost started crying. And it's just a book, I know, but like, nobody wants like their favorite book to get destroyed. It's just like, it's like your baby. This is what the book looks like without it. But yeah. Yes. This isn't a book like about cancer. This book, I don't know, it's not your typical tragedy book, and so don't get like that impression, you know, like it's not a cancer book. Frankly, it's a lot more than just like a tragic love story, the cancer people, so you have to feel like so bad for them. That's really not what this is. But I'm going to give you what I think, well, I guess what my opinion on the book is, I guess. All through the book, I really did connect with the characters, and especially Hazel, who was very shy and smart at first, and then further into the book, you feel so much more like her. I think all girls do, because at first, I think you feel really shy and reserved and kind of like a smartass. And then when you become friends with someone, or like boyfriend, girlfriend, or just guy and girlfriends, you know what I mean? You tend to act different when you first meet, and then you just completely just switch to your normal personality. Like, I'm that way. I made friends with some of my friends who are now my friends, like even better friends. It was just like so shy. I'm just like, no, don't talk to me. I'm really shy. And then about a month into our real friendship, I became this loud, annoying person. Well, I guess not really annoying, but weird and completely awesome. I'm not gonna brag, but I am right now, so I'm awesome. Can't do nothing about it. But yeah, I think a lot of people feel like Hazel a lot, and they also feel like Augustus. But I'm going to finish my book review now. Like I said, further into the book, I feel so much like her, but granted, my boyfriend did not die of cancer, or hasn't. I'm actually currently single. But yeah, but when we look at Augustus, who is not only totally hot, or at least from the actor who plays Augustus, he's really hot. Look up pictures. I'll put a description link for the Fault in Our Stars movie, and John Green's vlog. like I said, Augustus is not only totally hot, but he's very, very witty, and he likes to make smart comments, and he uses metaphors a lot. Um, but like I said, I was going to say, here, let me see if I got a pen. Yeah, I got a pen. So he like pulls out a cigarette in one of the first chapters that he talks to Hazel, and she's like, "Why do you have a cigarette? Like, I don't have like proper functioning lungs, and you're deciding to kill yours." And then he's just like, "Well, it's a metaphor. I'm putting death between my lips." And it's just like, I love that. That's one of my favorite parts. Um, but yeah, um, I definitely feel like this book is it could be completely true. It's written in a way that seems very real, and that's a strength and a weakness, I believe personally. I was incredibly attached to Hazel and Augustus. They mutually fell in love with each other, and they each use Augustus's cancer perk. You guys probably know what that is if you've read this. To visit Amsterdam to meet their favorite yet reclusive and repulsive author named Peter Van Houten. However, the cancer kicks in, and he doesn't tell her until after, which kind of pisses me off, but I also completely understand, because I was just like, well, if I tell her I have cancer, then she won't go, and then my cancer perk will be wasted, I might die, and I have to love her. You know what I mean? Like, I completely can, like, try and, like, empathize with that, but, yeah. Um, I haven't read many of John Green's books, but I'm totally in love with him, and I know he's married, but if he wasn't married, I would marry him if I was of age, and it's not creepy. um, but I feel like his books have a very high theme of youth and, like, life running, like, I'm sorry, crap running through your life and just tearing it apart and feeling like, life sucks, okay? I'm a teenager, so, like, life does suck sometimes, okay? um, and you just can't stop it. I mean, it's life, so deal with it. That's all I can say. Um, yeah, despite the fact that in its essence this is a love story, it really is more than that. It's more or less a short-lived tale of friendship and, like, love, but it's not like a cheesy-ass love story. Like, I want to make out with you and, like, ugh. If I had my friend here, I'd make her do weird tongue noises. She'll know what I'm talking about. She'll probably be laughing at this video and be like, that's my friend. But, this book really does emphasize how short life really can be, especially for people with cancer who have a life-threatening illness. Like, I almost died like 4 hours after I was born. I was diagnosed with asthma, really, really bad, because I was an oops baby. She didn't know she was pregnant with me, and so she smoked for half of her pregnancy. So yeah, that's fun. Not really fun. It sucks. So I feel I feel more privileged to just have asthma than, like, people who have, like, fetal alcohol syndrome, who are, like, crack babies. It's really sad, and I have a friend, who still has meth in her system from her mother, so that's really not fair that that kind of stuff has to travel onto your kids, but, yeah, it really does show how short life is, and how nothing can really be planned out, because people are just like, I have to plan for my future. Well, you can't plan your future, you know what I mean? Well, you can, like, say, I'm going to go to college. I really want to go to college. I want to go to either the U of M or some university in California. I don't care which one, as long as it's up by the ocean. I'm sorry. I don't like cold weather. It's freezing here. It's probably like 30 degrees right now, and I'm wearing a t-shirt in my house that should be warm, but the dogs keep going in and out of the door, so it's freezing. I think my window's open. But yeah, it's really cold in Minnesota, so I'm sorry if I'm complaining. I will probably do that a lot. But yeah. This is another spoiler alert. If you haven't read it, you will cry. You will most definitely cry at this book. So if you don't cry at books, then read The Fault in Our Stars, because you will be torn into a current of emotions. Okay? I will tell you a story about this when I'm done giving my book review, okay? But I don't want it to last too long, because I don't want to do videos over like 15 minutes, because that'd be just boring, and I hate talking like sometimes. But like I said, yeah, this is a very short book. Like Romeo and Juliet, it's a matter of 5 days. And this, I mean, a matter of weeks pass in between it, but there's nothing happening in those weeks. So it almost feels like a Romeo and Juliet, except for it's not. Like, it's got similar essences. They meet, and it's not necessarily good that they meet, but it also is in the long run. And then one of them dies, and then the other one basically dies of heartbreak. You know what I mean? At least that's what I get out of the story. But yeah. So I would honestly rate this book a 9.5 out of 10, and or 10, because I actually don't think I've read a better book, but Allegiant just came out like a few days ago, so, and I haven't read that yet. I read the first page today in my English class, and I almost died, so shout out to Rowan, if you're watching this. Holy crap, thank you for letting me read that, and I have to read that soon. I also have to read like 50 trillion other books. Probably gonna make a video soon of the books. I went to Barnes & Noble, and I just took a list of books that I wanted to read, and there's probably like 200 on there. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. At least it feels like 200. I'm not sure. But yeah. To get back to the topic of this, the movie is coming out on June 6th of 2014, so support John Green, buy his book, paperback or hardcover, I don't care, just buy his book, please, I'm begging you. A few other books by him are Will Grayson, Will Grayson, which is about two boys who have the same name and they fall in love with each other. I know if you're not like supporting gay rights, you might not want to read it, but you know what, I do, and I proudly express that. Okay, now I'm not personally gay or lesbian, but I do support that everyone should have an equal right in marriage. So you know what, deal with it. If you don't like it, then don't watch my channel. I'm sorry. But yeah, definitely support John Green in his books and movie. He's actually in the movie, but unless they cut his scene, which would really suck. But yeah. John also says on his channel, he just said this yesterday on his Question Tuesday. He answered a question. He said, "You should definitely read the book before watching the movie. As a general rule of thumb, if like The Lord of the Rings, I still haven't read The Hobbit, which makes me sad. But I refuse to watch The Hobbit until I read the book, because I really want to read the book. But I've already seen the other ones, so that might screw it up. Because if I watch a movie, I'm not able to read a book after it. But yes. So every single one of my books has a story. I'm going to tell this quick because we only have a few more minutes and because I don't like these getting too long. Okay. I was coming home from a sleepover with my cousin, and I had a book that I got for my friend Rosemary. And hello, Rosemary. So this shout out for you, too. And I had the book Abandoned, which she just got the third book on a previous week, and they didn't have the first or second book, which really pisses me off when a bookstore does not sell the first and or second book of a series and they sell the rest of them. Okay, you have to have the first book for normal people, people who are not crazy. Well, I might be crazy, but I'm not sure. Whatever, that's not the point. Anyways, so I went to go give it to her, and she completely flipped out. She was like, OMFG, oh my gosh, it's Abandoned by Meg Cabot. Oh, and she actually just got that signed a few weeks ago by Meg Cabot and Edina. So yes, shout out to Meg Cabot and Simone Aquas because I got my new book Wildcard signed by her. So, or by Simone Aquas. Yes, but I gave this to her, the book Abandoned, to her, and she was like, I have to give you something in return. I'm going to freak out. You can have any one of my books. And she just pointed to herself, except for Divergent and Insurgent. Okay, which I completely understand. I would never give this away either, but I would never give this book away. It's my favorite book. But, yeah, so I was like, do-do-do-do-do, and this is me in her room, do-do-do-do-do, on a bookshelf. Oh, what's this? My favorite book that I've already read and borrowed from you. Can I please have it? She was like, no. But I was like, I gave you the first book in your series, and it's your favorite series right now. Come on. She was just like, oh, I have to. And I was like, yes, you do. Because we're friends. And friends share books. But then she eventually kind of saw my logic when she thought about it. Because, yeah, if it was reversed, like, I'd probably do the same thing for her just because she's, like, my best friend. She's, like, my sister. And shout out to my real sister and my fake sister, Rosemary. I love you both. I may not act like I love you both sometimes because I may act like a crazy, crazy person. It's just crazy. But I do love you both, and I love my family. So, or I love most of my family, so my family's weird. I guess I do love them all somewhere in my heart. But yes, it's been 15 minutes, so I will say au revoir, because I'm French. Love you guys so much, and please subscribe to my channel. And I'll put links to John Green, Simon Alcalez, Meg Cabot, and my favorites, my favorite book reviewer, and my best friend, and anyone who I give a shout out to that I can. But yeah, love you. Bye.